Hi friends, welcome to episode 1 of the Lego Minecraft Nether Project. In front of me is the first build, and as you can see, we're building a warped forest. Let's jump right into what this build is all about. When it came time to design what this build should include, I went over to the Minecraft world that has the whole chunk build, and I realized that each build for this Nether series should be at least 16 by 16 blocks, which is the same size that the chunk layers were. Starting with the base of the build, there are 1 by 2 bricks with holes in them, and these bricks with holes will allow the different builds for this Nether project to connect as the series goes on. There are a lot of dark red parts to make netherrack. I used a bunch of dark red bricks and, importantly, dark red plates to make sure that the build is very structural. When I'm in the Nether in Minecraft, I love mining quartz, and that's why with this build I have included many deposits of quartz, and I've also included 2 deposits of gold. And with this Nether series, I'm really excited to keep it as interactive as possible with your ideas. And with the second Nether update video, which came out last week, the YouTube channel Out of the Basement commented that having player tunnels would be really cool. And that's why with this first build, I included a player tunnel. Because this project is in a warped forest, instead of having netherrack at the top, there is warped nelium. And to make the warped nelium, I just have 2 by 2 dark turquoise tiles on the dark red parts. And with the warped forest, there are nether sprouts, and I used the dark turquoise clip pieces to keep the nether sprouts nice and short. The warped forest also has warped roots, and to make the warped roots, I used the clip pieces and also cylinders and studs. I'm starting to really like this color. I'm honestly shocked with how much I like it. The main attraction of this build is what NarbleDobby97 commented on the first Nether update video. NarbleDobby97 commented that a tiny safe house built by a player would be good, and that's what I did. Originally, I was going to make this safe house out of dirt, but as I thought about it more, I realized that, it should be made out of cobblestone. Myself, and I feel like a lot of you, probably use cobblestone more than any other block when you're building in the Nether. It's just that classic Nether block. To make the cobblestone, there's a lot of light bluish gray, but then I used flat silver studs, and I'm pretty happy with how the cobblestone came out. Objectively, this cobblestone design is way too light, but I want to keep the dark bluish gray parts for deep slate related blocks. That way, down the road with other builds for this Nether project, we can use deep slate, and there will be a clear difference between the deep slate and stone blocks. When I explored warped forest biomes in Minecraft, I realized that the terrain with each forest I explored was pretty darn crazy, and that's why for this build it's hilly. And with this project, I am going to try and keep it as Minecraft as possible, and that means with upcoming episodes we're going to see some pretty big cliffs. So if you're new to the channel and you want to see the cliffs, subscribe. In warped forest biomes, there is this super intriguing vegetation called twisting vines, and I used a stud, a cylinder, and then a tooth piece, and I was lucky to get a bunch of these parts through Bricklink in huge quantities, and I topped off the twisting vines with 1 by 1 round tiles because I like to keep the Lego build as smooth as I possibly can. With this warped forest, there are small warped fungi, and in Minecraft, the stems of these warped fungi are dark red, so with the builds, I used a dark red stud, and then the caps of the warped fungi in Minecraft are the dark turquoise and orange color, so to create that out of Lego, I used an orange stud and then a 1 by 1 dark turquoise tile to top it off. It's not perfect, but after committing to that design, I can't really complain anymore. When I explored warped forests, I saw that there would be these single deposits of crimson roots, and that's why there is a single crimson roots in this build. Before I talk about the 2 huge warped fungi, with the actual player safe house, the cobblestone roof comes off, and the safe house is loaded with torches to keep it nice and lit, and there are 8 chests, so you can imagine that the player that built this has a lot of stuff. There's also a crafting table in the corner, so the player can craft whatever they want. Okay, these two huge warped fungi, they're what I think are my favorite part about this build. In particular, the stems of these huge fungi. I decided to go with purple and dark turquoise to make the stems. The actual stems, they're just a bunch of 1x1 plates, and the pattern of the stem is that of an ore block like quartz or gold. But then when it came time for assembly, I have alternated the blocks, and I did this so the pattern would just be more unique. I don't know if this is me just trying to hype up my design, but I think it looks pretty good because in game the stems are purple with dark turquoise striations within the stem. With the two huge warped fungi, there is a lot of sideways building and upside down building, and I had to do this in order to ensure all of the surfaces are smooth. With each huge warped fungus, there are shroom lights within them. They're pretty hidden, but I had to include them because in game, these are one of the coolest blocks you could ever find, in my opinion. In Minecraft, shroom lights are mostly orange, and the reason I went with the translucent yellow parts is because once this project has lava in it, I don't want the shroom lights and lava to look too similar, and that's why I selected to go with mostly translucent yellow. For the shorter huge warped fungus, there are two shroom lights in it. Its build wasn't as complicated as the taller one, but there's still a lot of sideways building and upside down building. With this build, I wanted to make sure that the player tunnel is accessible for future modifications. I did that by having this panel completely removable. Wait till you see this. Ta-da! Look at that. It's all tiled. These 2x2 dark red inverted tiles, they're gonna come in handy with all of the future episodes, let me tell you. I believe it's time to add characters. First up is an Enderman who is carrying a warped Nelium block. With the warped forest biome, it's really the home of Endermen. So with this project, there are going to be a lot of Endermen, let me tell you. The second and last character is Steve, who has a diamond helmet and chestplate with a diamond pickaxe, but Steve does have gold pants and boots on. That way piglins won't attack him unless he provokes those piglins. I'm going to put Steve down in the player tunnel. And yeah, when this episode comes out, I will be designing the second build for this Nether series. I have already chosen many of your awesome comments that I am including in this project. I won't reveal any more right now, but if you have anything you would like to see in this project, comment below. And because I'll be designing episode 2's build when this video drops, I might include your idea in next week's episode. And yeah, that turnaround time, I'm so excited to just build this Nether project at a fast pace. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for your support and watching. If you think the build is great, please click like. And if you're new around here and you want to see more videos, subscribe to the channel. With my channel, myself and you the viewers, we're going out on a full-on Lego Minecraft journey, and I'm so excited to create a giant warped forest. Your ideas are extremely appreciated. Honestly, any ideas you want to comment, even if it's for what you would like to see in the episodes, I would love to hear. Thank you very much for watching.